Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Caledonius. Today we're going to be playing more Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to be flying across Berlin today, and I'm going to be taking a look at that. We're going to be in the twin prop Beechcraft, the Taxation Aviation Beechcraft Baron G58. To be exact. Got a cruising speed of 176, and we're going to be having some fun with that. Let's give that a try. TC down here. It's that button to make it bigger. I actually haven't flown this plane in particular, but I've flown a lot that are similar like it. Similar to it, I meant to say. Oh, well, we got Battery Master, Avionics Bus Master, landing lights, and all that stuff. Probably move my head slightly out of the way, yeah? There we go. We don't really need any of these, but I'll just turn them on anyway, if I can. Like putting the strobe light on. Don't need prop sync. Veto heat's probably going to need to be on. Probably turn on the engine a little bit. Turn on the left engine. Just to, oh, fuel. Forgot about the fuel. Probably going to need to turn these into cross feed. And so that they cross feed into each other. I think that's fine if we do that. We have power to the left engine. Let's just see what that looks like on the graphs here. And we're going to want to change our CDI to GPS. And I've got one engine running. That's enough to keep the power on. We should have probably primed the fuel pump. I don't know if you actually need to do that. You basically just turn it on for a few seconds. It primes like fuel into the lines, essentially. Got rotation on the other engine there. So we're basically ready to go now. Checking to make sure that I didn't miss anything important. We're not going to need anti-ice. Good there. One thing I've got to do is I'm not entirely sure what barometric pressure setting I'm supposed to be on, so we're going to go to the ATIS.
Tackle airport information. Echo 10000.
And to wait for this,
Wind
tell
236
us
to 3.
what the barometric pressure should be.
Niner. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew
Oh, it's
point
supposed to be
13. Altimeter 29.902.
29902.
Runway 26 right and
We've already got it. We've already got it dialed in. So that's good because that gives us. Let's get our straight back departure.
Ground Dank 420 heavy request taxi for departing straight out with Echo.
Gank 420 heavy taxi to and hold short of runway 26 right via taxiway Sierra Mike Sierra Echo. Contact tower on 124.525 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 26 right via taxiway Sierra Mike Sierra Echo Dank 420 heavy.
Walking 1200. And everything's good there. So now we can push back. I don't know what we're going to need to do that. I think we got lots of room around us. Just go out and take a look around. If I remember correctly, that's that button. Okay. Probably going to want to push back because I don't think this has reverse thrust. Or we might want to call in for a pushback, to be honest with you. I don't usually like calling in for pushbacks. We got lots of room around us. We could, like, hook a right. But, yeah, let's do a pushback. Oh, you're gonna want to turn your park brake off. when you do your pushback, or else you're not going to go anywhere very fast anyway. That's going to be really slow. And you're going to want to talk to ground services, request pushback,
Dank 420 heavy requesting pushback.
and you got to think about it like driving a car in reverse.
Request accepted.
So if you want to go left, you got to go right, and if you want to go right, you want to go left. We want to go left, I believe, so we're going to go right. So we're going to ask for the tug to push it back to the right.
To steer the aircraft to the right.
Hopefully that's the right position.
Request has been transmitted to the operator.
We're going to want him to go this way. And then we'll tell him to stop once we get about halfway through. Then I could drive it from there. See this? This is not normal. He's driving into the prop. He literally just murdered himself. He's connecting to the middle of the plane too, which makes no sense. And then he like... Yeah, okay, so we turned the right way. We're going to tell them to stop the tug. That's how I do pushback. Pretty simple. Now this guy's going to get the hell out of our way. I wish they would fix that little glitch with the pushback where he tries to connect to the middle of the plane for whatever reason. Because it really is really weird. Now let's get a nice position with this camera for when we're in the air. And we'll go back to tower and we'll minimize this. We're basically ready to taxi now. And it's a short taxi because I did my due diligence and made sure that we were at the closest parking spot. Go with the twin prop today because I don't get a lot of chance to fly these. Still is a little way. Not too far though. Never been to Germany personally, but I'd love to go. And we get to go see some of the sights around Berlin. It's a 10-minute flight, but it's probably going to take us 22-ish minutes because we're going to take a look around. We're just going to be sightseeing, doing some leisure flight. Okay. Gonna have to cross an active runway, and they don't give us any guidance on how to do so. We just pretty much do it. Hope that there's no planes coming. We're right at the end of the runway anyway, but still probably get blown over or whatever. Alright. Across this runway just to get to this runway here. Stop on that second line there. I'm gonna start braking. Now we're gonna call the tower.
Tower Dank 420 runway 26 right ready for departure, departing straight out.
Tank 420 heavy altimeter 29.9 wind 266 at 3. Straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 26 right.
Cleared for takeoff runway 26 right, Dank 420 heavy.
Nice. We are cleared. Takeoff. I love how the arrows too, they like tell you to go right here when you clearly have to go left. Nice wide turn here. Switch camera views. We're about ready to take off here. Let's go full power. Full power. Get up to rotation speed, which I believe is somewhere around 80. Plane, but we'll get a little bit faster. I like to go a little bit faster before I actually rotate. Gonna have to throw the gear up on this guy. This has retractable gear. And I think left is in our... We go left here. So yeah, this is Berlin. Phone going off. Some Berlin action going on here. I'm gonna chuck the little bit of trim in here. Take a look. What's going on? Slow down a little bit so we can descend. Speed.
500.
Traffic circle. I love those traffic circles, man. There's a lot of trees around, like just inside the city. Must be like going over a park or something.
500.
Tank 420 heavy leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Gotta accept the frequency change
Table tower, Dank 420 heavy frequency change.
and keep flying around. St. Nicholas Church. What is this? Get closer to it. Berlin television tower. That's pretty cool. Be close to that tower there. And Berlin's pretty massive. So, the plane needs to be trimmed. See, that's down. We can go out. Let's trim up a bit. Ah, there we go. That's nice. Down slightly. Trim is not very smooth on the controller that I have currently. But I am getting a new controller soon. that'll make this game a whole lot more enjoyable to fly. Because I'll have rudder pedals and throttle quadrant and a yoke and stuff, so it'll be really nice. Be able to do more aerobatic stuff. Speaking of which, we do a lot of the landing challenges and stuff too. I've already done a whole bunch of them, but yeah, maybe we can do them on YouTube. I usually do them with the stream, do them on Twitch. It's pretty fun doing the landing challenges with the Twitch chat. So that's our airport there. And it's pretty nice. Okay. 5 kilometers away from the airport. Gross Ethan? I know gross is large, but I don't know what Ethan. Oh, Klein's Ethan, Little's Ethan, and Large's Ethan. So that's basically like the town. Das ist gut, ja? Das ist sehr gut. Oh, look at this. What is that? It's probably like rolled up farming material or something, but it looks like solar panels on like a mound or something. Bossman's door. Looks like a water treatment plant. So yeah, this is our airport that we're going to be landing at. Großkanitz. The double S. The doppel S. Store. You really get like an appreciation for like how big society is when you get to fly and like look around and stuff. The way we've kind of parsed things out. You got massive forests of trees, and then there's like some farms and stuff where we kind of scratched out. Großmarschner. Very interesting. Looks so nice. Looks very neat, with all the different fields and like different stages of growth, different crops and stuff. Very clear day too. Littenwald. Littenwalder. Sunikaplan. Galo. Alright, so we're pretty close to our airport. We can pretty much call in ATC anytime now. Get some landing. Yeah, we're at the Brandenburg Airport, I believe is the airport we called for. Call for a full
Berlin Tower Dank 420
landing.
Heavy is 6 miles south, 2,700 feet with Quebec to land.
Dank 420 Heavy Berlin Tower. Altimeter 29.9 to wind 265 for the tree. Make left downwind runway 25 left.
Like left.
Fly left downwind runway 25 left Dank 420 Heavy.
So I've got the like the landing boxes on the game currently, so that I can, because I don't really know a whole lot about like what do you call it, like the holding loop and like pattern entry and all that stuff, right? I don't know a whole lot about like where the pattern should start and all that kind of stuff. Get kind of lost. So it's really nice to have these boxes so that you can see where the pattern is supposed to start, and like all of that stuff. And you get to take your time. Take it easy. We are going to need to slow down. We're going a little bit too fast. Probably going to add some flaps here in a minute. I want to slow down. Once we slow down enough to add flaps, that is. Then you want to add the power in to compensate for the loss of speed, so that you don't slow down too much. And we're kind of just want to turn right slowly here, so we eventually get onto our path. Pattern entry. We don't have to enter like right in where the entrance is, and enter in any of the squares. It doesn't matter. We're not going to be aiming for the entrance. We're just kind of aiming for a nice curve that isn't too shallow, or too deep, I mean. Too angled. Too angled. And then we're going to slow down even more than we are. So we're just going to reduce the throttle. Eventually these boxes will go blue. So we are correct speed, which should be somewhere like, I don't know, I'm thinking like around 100. I don't know what the speed is supposed to be for this plane. We're basically just going to trim that out a little bit. As we reduce the speed, we're going to have to change the trim. So yeah, we're around 100. Going to keep reducing our speed here, just to see what that speed is, because we are going to want to think about slowing down here. We are at about flaps 10 right now. We could go more flaps if we wanted. I feel like the more flaps you go, the more like throttle, the more fine throttle control you get. But I don't know. I usually like stay flaps 10 most of the way. Try and land on flaps 10, but if the plane's being really jerky or like moving around a lot, I'll switch up to like flaps 20 or whatever. And that should be good. We're going to continue to add a tiny bit of throttle here. Yeah, it was below 100. Pretty much anything below 100 and you get the blue boxes. Once we get around the corner towards our final, that's going to see another reduction.
Wind 265 for the tree. Cleared to land runway 25 left.
Or clear to land. Accept that.
Cleared to land runway 25 left Dank 420 Heavy.
We are going to want to drop our landing gear. We'll do that. We'll adjust the camera. There. Landing gear is deployed. Ranch Fangwerder.
Stall.
We're gonna want to add a little bit more power. I want to stall out here. There we go. Cause it's just because I'm going up a little bit. That we're losing a little bit of airspeed there. Echwald. Echwalda. Ulzendorf. Waltersdorf. What's Dorf? Is that like town or like a village or something? I know like the tiniest amount of German. Mein German ist nicht sehr gut, ja? Mein Deutsch ist klein. Sehr klein. I have small German. But I'm learning. Give me a break. Been a while since I've landed one of these. Hopefully it goes smooth. Been a while since I've landed anything in this game, so. Let's reduce the throttle a little bit because we're going to be descending. I want to kind of even out a bit. Kind of at an angle. Rudder.
100.
Slow down. We want to go below 90. Gonna be our speed goal here. Anything below 90 and above 80, I think is gonna be where we're gonna be until we get pretty close to the runway. Then we're gonna start cutting down our throttle again.
Stall.
Oof. Just don't want to pull up too much. See, we've only got one light on the Pappy there. I don't think that's the right acronym. I always forget the acronym. Now we've got 3 lights, which means we're too high. Gotta descend a little bit quicker. Got 2 lights, which is where we want to be. That'll put us right where those 2 big squares are. Somewhere near there. Want to stay above the runway for as long as possible. Lightly hovering. Really hard with this stick that I have. And we're going to cut power, apply the brakes. That's it. And I can't
420 heavy exit runway when able.
remember which side of the runway our actual parking spot is on. But we have some arrows here, so we'll follow them to the appropriate runoff. Usually you would just take the next runoff, but apparently it wants me to take this one. Going a little bit.
420 heavy turn next taxiway.
I'm doing it. Okay, right here, this turn off. Just applying the brakes gingerly here.
Dank 420 heavy contact ground on 129.505.
Once I open up ATC or use anything with the mouse,
129.505.
I lose control until I click on the screen. It's kind of stupid. Okay, we need to contact ground. It really doesn't matter what frequency we contact ground on. We're going to parking.
Berlin ground Dank 420 heavy
I need to
taxi
stop.
parking.
Tank 420 heavy taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Tango.
Tango. Roger.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Tango Dank 420
Same thing with like the taxiway assistance. Like, who the hell wants to like sit there and try and figure out what taxiway they're on currently? And like, I mean, you can do that if you want. You can look up the airport and what the taxiways are supposed to be. Figure that stuff out ahead of time. But I'm just doing this for YouTube, so I'm just gonna set up the taxiway markers, tell me which way to go. Same thing with the pattern indicator that kind of helps me out. Shows me the pattern. Really helps me out. But other than that, I got everything else on the most difficult setting. Got like pretty much everything ticked up to maximum. Getting pretty close to our parking spot here. Ramp 420. Totally did not plan that. But we're gonna be parking at ramp 420 today. See, with a plane, the throttle, like the power is not immediate. So you gotta be like really careful with applying the throttle, especially when you're on the ground, like taxiing and stuff. And same thing with the brakes. Like the brakes take forever to deploy. So you have to like prepare the brakes in advance and like really slow down. Kind of work your way into the parking spot and then he'll tell you to stop. Right? Just like that. We can apply the brakes, park brakes, so we don't have to apply the brakes ourselves. Now, this is how we shut the thing off. You can go straight for the battery switches, but I like to kill the engine a little bit first. So what you can do is just kill the mixture, which will cut it off. Or you can also just shut them off this way. That works as well. Shut the magnetos off. Shuts the engines off. You want to shut the batteries off. Main buses, and then that's it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, have a great time. See you later. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos and you want to support me, subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. And also follow me at my Twitch at twitch.tv/Caledonius. Till next time, see you later.